Hi, I'm Ronan.
Hi, I'm Rain. Hi, my name is Sophia, and I'm talking about Season 7 of Spirit Riding Free.
Episode 1, Lucky and the Railroad Ransom.
In this episode, Lucky is tied up to a chair.
Settle on down now, you hear?
When she gets out, her and her best friends Abigail and Prue stop a runaway train, with her dad being tied up in it.
The bad people are trying to rob the train with Lucky's dad.
They're taking him!
The bad guy who kidnapped Lucky and her dad is Butch LaPlay. She's a cowgirl with some red hair, and she's really evil.
So Lucky and Grayson actually get on the train and then they try to save Lucky's dad.
Yeah.
Stay back!
And at the end of the night, Jim and Kate get married. How special is that?
Ronan, my favorite part is the ring, because the ring's so beautiful.
Ronan, what do you think about that?
Well, she's not wrong.
Yeah, I'm not wrong.
Episode 2, Lucky and the Flight of the Fancy.
The episode starts with cousin Julia going to the city and returns with a hot air balloon. Julia promises to get Cora a trip on the hot air balloon, but he doesn't show up, so Lucky takes her. And then Julian shows up at the last minute and cuts the rope.
Because he saw that the people were coming for the hot air balloon and then he just left.
And he blamed it on Lucky.
The tether's not attached. The balloon isn't tied down.
Ronan, do you know what I think of cousin Julian?
What do you think about him?
He should go to jail for that.
Nancy is Aunt Cora's pet goose. He always relies on her. Oh my God, it's so funny. Then they crash the hot air balloon into the wilderness.
Abigail and Prue are trying to find where they landed.
Yeah.
They're looking all over for them.
Clancy? Spirit! Clancy! Oh. Lucky! What's going on?
And then they see the people that are coming after them and then they think they're bad people, so then they try to stop them.
You can't take him! No, take him! Just don't hurt the rest of us.
And they figure out that Julian still owes those men money.
Young man, you need to return the balloon or pay for it.
Oh, you meant make him pay, as in make him pay.
And it all ends up with Julian in trouble.
Ronan, you're a troublemaker. You're like cousin Julian.
Episode 3, Lucky and the Jam Jam.
At the start of the episode, the pals were picking up blackberries for jam.
There's so much jam on the table.
Yeah.
Like, you can't even put plates on the table. You just, like, have to stack the jam up to get plates on the table.
Kate loses her wedding ring and thinks she lost it in the jam. So Lucky helped her look through all the jam and it made a big mess. Really? Jim just hiding it for an April Fool's prank.
And then Kate tells Jim that she's pregnant.
Meanwhile, Maricela wants to get pranked so bad. But no one will prank her because they know that she hates April Fool's pranks, or so they think.
Lucky thinks she's being mad for, like, no reason.
No reason? We're supposed to be friends! This is what friends do with April Fools! What is wrong with you?
And then Kate explains it to her, and then she's like, oh. And then they go over to her house, and then Prue and Abigail distract her, and then Lucky goes into her house and then replaces her soap and then replaces it with like purple dye. And
The next day after she took a bubble bath, she turned all purple. I thought that was hilarious. I was very happy about that.
Then
she's like, don't
do it ever again.
Episode 4, Lucky and the Escape Artist.
Lucky's very excited to be a big sister, but the adults think she's not responsible.
So she volunteers to babysit Snips.
But Snips is not the most proper kid in town. town. Snips is a bad boy, not the type that you would want to babysit or become a big sister with.
So that day is actually haircut day and is the hardest day to take care of Snips.
It's haircut day, and Snips is not a big fan of getting haircuts.
So they go to Senor Carrots and Snips escapes.
Okay, I should have seen that coming.
So he does many prank schemes that way Lucky doesn't get him to make him get a haircut. And then the barber closed, and Lucky never got Snips to the haircut. But in the barn, when Snips fell asleep, guess what they did? They cut his hair.
Episode 5, Lucky and the Thin Ice. So at the beginning of the episode, they're just sledding.
Snowy tracks lead the pals to a hood traveler.
The cart is broken and the man is hurt. So when they take him back to the home, then he's saying Daisy, and they think that was just the horse, but they figure out that was actually the daughter, so they go out looking for her. And the whole town makes a search party.
And they find her, but when they find her, she's on thin ice and she looks like this. So Lucky comes to save her, but the thin ice is gonna crack, right? So Daisy got saved, but Lucky fell into the ice. And then Spirit helped her get out of the ice.
Well, that was so exciting to see.
And scary.
Yes.
Episode 6, Lucky and the Rave Sunshine.
From the start, the girls only wanted a record player. That was $20, but they couldn't afford it. So they thought, hey, why don't we get a job or something? And then when Abigail goes outside, something falls on her head. It was the crows. She's been nice to the crows, so the crows now give her presents by dropping them on her head. Isn't that funny?
But they end up dropping a watch, and apparently it belongs to Grayson.
It belongs to...
Sheriff, there's a thief in town. My daddy's gold pocket watch. Stolen.
And Abigail gets scared. So they go to his porch at night to drop the watch and pretend like it never happened.
Caught you. Bold as brass.
And then they explained the crows. And then when the crows came, Grayson started throwing rocks at them. So the crows went crazy. He kept on throwing rocks. Lucky then threw herself in a chair by mistake and broke his window. So then Grayson says,
That's a $15 window, and you're responsible. You all are.
But I don't have any money.
Oh, you can't pay? Then I'll be calling the sheriff, girlie.
Wait! There's gotta be something else we can do.
I suppose you three can work it off. A week of work at $1 a day each. You'll have paid for that window.
So they start working on the farm, and Abigail really tries to become Grayson's friend, but Grayson hates that idea, thinks it's foolishness and disgusting. Abigail did many funny things to Grayson. She made him itchy socks. She painted his porch with nice, colorful things. He really didn't like that. My favorite part of the episode is when Grayson goes to play cards and all the other guys are laughing because he has flowers on his hat. Because those are from Abigail.
You sure look pretty tonight, Grayson.
And then at the very end, Abigail annoys him so much that he just wants them to leave him alone.
A turtle and a turkey went to the turnip store. They walked into the front
Fine, take it. Just get off my property and don't come back.
Yes! Yeah!
And then they use the money to buy the record player.
And then they started dancing in the house.
The end of the episode was great.
Episode 7, Lucky and the Double Dad Dare. So the pals are hanging out, and then they hear really, really bad music playing.
What is happening down there? It's like music, but without any rhythm at all. You never know what's gonna come next.
It's coming from Jim and then Prue's dad. They started a band, and then it's really bad.
Horrible bad. It's horrible.
To help the daughters become full-fledged frontier fillies, Jim and Al, Lucky's and Prue's father, set up an obstacle course that will put the pal skills to the test. So Lucky and her dad, Jim, set a bet. If Lucky loses the obstacle course, she has to join their band. But if she wins, the band can only play in one place. The obstacle course held the test for tree climbing, bow and arrowing, fish catching, and tracking.
Boomerang! Look at me!
Then the dad slid off the rock,
And almost drowned in the river.
and then the pals have to go and save them.
Nice shot.
At the end, they took all their instruments and started playing a really nice song. It actually sounded really good.
I would not start a band with you. And that's the season.
Gonna hear me about the